is Nick from Nintendo Dads, and we present our review of Peasant Knight, developed by Ratalaika Games and 4AM Games, and published by Ratalaika Games. We want to give them a big thanks for giving us a code so that we could get our fine Nintendo Dad folks a review. Oh, Peasant Knight, you play as a knight who can't fight because he's lost his sword, and you're trying to get back to your parents and defeat the evil magician so that they can have a good harvest this year. Peasant Knight is probably one step up from a continuous runner, as you can press back on the D-pad and make Peasant Knight stop, but other than that, he's going to run in the direction in which he is going. There's no way to move him about. This is definitely a puzzle platformer that lends heavy on muscle memory and memorization, because there is no possible way that you are going to be able to defeat each of these levels without first some trial and serious error. So to talk a little bit more about the controls of Peasant Knight, when you do jump with Peasant Knight, you have a little bit of control over where he lands. So you can, by pressing back on the D-pad or forward, kind of cut a jump short or try to extend it a little bit farther, and that does make the platforming at least, a little bit easier. It is certainly one of those games like Celeste, where you're dead and you're back in immediately. It doesn't hesitate for a second to get you back in there. It almost gets you back in so fast that sometimes you have to like reacclimate yourself to what's about to happen. So you'll see a lot of times where I'll die again immediately because I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize, like I wasn't prepared to start that quick. So it's good that it has you start. It does kind of lend itself to that. Oh, I'm just gonna do this one more time. I'm gonna beat this level. I gotta beat this level. There is no death counter. This game really needs a death counter because I'm in the thousands for sure. I'm probably in the thousands within this level. Talking a little bit more about what this game needs, a death counter would be nice. Some leaderboards would be nice. Some being able to time how fast you get through these levels. There are a lot of features missing in this game, I think. Now, with that said, this game is only $2.30 on the eShop right now. It's going to be $2.99 normally, but it's on sale right now for like $2.39, I think. So it's super cheap. But with that said, I think some more features would be really nice. You beat this game in 4 hours. Easy. Maybe not easy, but you beat this game in 4 hours. And then you do have some multiplayer stuff that you can do, some races with friends, up to 4 local multiplayer that you can do. So here you can co-op all these missions together, the 80 levels. You can do co-op through all of them, and I would recommend it. It is a lot of fun. Now I will caveat that with that it's a lot of fun. It may not be easier. It's harder because your screen is smaller. It's harder because all these people are kind of on the screen. We're playing 3-player here, obviously, and everybody's kind of on the screen, and you're trying to figure out who's you and who's not you and who's still alive and who's dead. And what you're seeing here, actually, I told you they throw you in the game with little to no information, and that's what you're seeing right here. Like, it's us trying to learn. We didn't really know much about this game at all, so we're just trying to figure out, like, why is my guy running? How am I stopping? You have to learn the controls in each of these levels, and that's okay because they make the level super simple in the beginning, and they ramp up the difficulty in a really well thought out strategic manner. So they do a great job with that. The next thing I want to talk about is the platforming controls. I personally think that the controls are a little sluggish. When you get into levels 60 and up, you need very precision platforming controls, and they feel sluggish to me to the point to where I was having to press the button before I hadn't landed on the platform yet, but I knew that if I waited till I landed on the platform and pressed the button, that the lag or the sluggishness in the controls, I would be off the edge. So I had to kind of in my mind be like, okay, I gotta press this a little early so that I can make this work. I felt like the controls just weren't completely on point for the precision platforming that they want you to do in those top 20 levels. Also, we had one error in the game. On the 4 hours that I played, there was one time, I don't know what happened, we were just playing the game, and out of nowhere, it was like, oh, this game has aired out, it's gonna close now. And it closed out. And we opened it back up. We didn't ruin any of our save data or anything like that. I mean, we started right where we We started back up right where we were at, but I have no idea what happened. It just kind of went down. So we did have that one error, but that's the only time I had it in the 4 hours I played. I was playing multiplayer co-op when it happened. Not really certain why that happened or what it was about, but that was the only kind of stability issue that I saw in the game. So guys, my final thoughts on this game. It's a small game, but it's priced as such. But even with the $3 price point, $2.30 right now on the US eShop on sale, I still feel it's light on features. I just feel like it's missing some things that it should have. I'd rather have seen the price up a little bit more and a little bit more in the game. You're getting 3 or 4 hours worth of gameplay out of it altogether. There is 80 levels. There's some co-op fun, local couch multiplayer with doing the levels co-op or multiplayer racing. I really think that the multiplayer shines in the co-op part. I think that's great. It does have a good rate of progression for those levels. You don't feel like you just get thrown into something crazy. It kind of starts you off and layers up the difficulty, ramps up the difficulty, and layers in the different systems and mechanics that they teach you one by one. It's a really good way that they do that. But the platforming controls are sluggish to me, especially in those top levels where they want you to do some pretty precision platforming. I think they need to smooth those out quite a bit. And there's a touch of stability issues with the fact that I did get kicked out of the game once. So guys, when you put all that together, I just it's my opinion, my suggestion that right now you just stay away from it. It's not a horrible game. It's just not a good game. It's kind of somewhere in the average category with some issues that need to be ironed out first. Hey, this is Nick from Nintendo Dads. Really hope that this has helped you make your decision on Peasant Knight. Signing out. See you later. Game over, folks.